this regularly scheduled programming to bring you this presentation of Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network.
And it looks like the Arabians are going to win the tip. Ball goes to Whitney Warble, who kicks it all the way up to freshman Olivia Jones. And just 6 seconds into the season, they get their first points.
Back to Mamie Trout, finds Hupfer in the post as Ada Hupfer can't get it to fall, gets her own rebound, puts up another shot, and it's good for Ada.
Bullseye!
This is Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network on 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome to the Arabian Sports Network here on 91.7 WEEM. My name is Aiden Wilson, and I'm joined by the head coach for our Pendleton Heights Lady Arabian basketball team, Coach Rogers. Coach, how you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
All right, so just as recently as January 31st, this past Wednesday, you guys have moved on to the second round of sectionals with the win against Muncie Central. You guys are set to face off against New Pal tonight, February 2nd at 7:30. And just another note, you guys ended the regular season with a 14-9 record. So, Coach, how do you feel going into tonight?
I feel really good. You know, New Pal got us at home. You know, after the new year, and you know, that was a chance for us to kind of wrap up conference 7-0. Dug ourselves in a little bit of a hole, and we're able to battle back, but came up a little bit short. So you know, our girls are definitely excited to you know, have this opportunity tonight for sure.
All right, but if we go all the way back to the beginning of the season, coming into this season, you guys were just coming off of a 15-10 season with the second round loss in the Sectional 9, that one coming against Mount Vernon. And then you also had 4 different seniors that you lost in the offseason, 2 of those being in the top 3 of your points per game leaders with girls such as Whitney Warfel, as well as Berkeley Shelton. And then lastly, last season was also your first full year as the head coach of this Pendleton team. So with all that being said, heading into the first game of this season, all the way back in October, how did you prepare the team as a coach to fill in those shoes of these seniors you left behind?
Yeah, you know, it's we had an extremely good season last year. Definitely had a great group of seniors. But you know, when you really look at it, we were only really returning, you know, Casey, Sky. You know, Michaela Morrison had played a little bit, you know, in that sectional. You know, Emma Roberts had played some. Bree Perry had played some. You know, Olivia Jones was kind of her first rodeo. So we weren't returning a lot of kids that had a lot of flight time on the varsity level. Mm-hmm. So it was a learning experience. And then, you know, you bring in another freshman this year, like Ada Hupfer. So, you know, we really just tried to double down on what we're trying to build here. And that's, you know, a strong defensive team and working towards that goal.
Yeah, so to go back to some of those younger players, as you mentioned, such as Olivia Jones, you know, Mamie Trout, Ada Hupfer, and all those other players as well. Coming into the season, they may not have gotten the chance to prove themselves in years before. How do you think they adjusted to that going into this year?
You know, I think every single one of them has gotten better each contest. I think that's evident with Ada. Yeah. You know, I think when she started the year, it's a big jump going from middle school to high school, especially when you're a post player and, you know, you go from playing, you know, 13, 14-year-olds to, you know, you might line up against some 18-year-olds. So there's definitely some physical differences, and I think a lot of it is just mental. So she's gotten better each game. She's hitting her stride at the right time. So we're excited about her and her future. And even somebody like Olivia Jones. Jones started a lot of basketball last year for this team. But once again, you know, when you have other people in the, you know, above you on the totem pole that are getting shots, it's difficult, and you can't really make that growth until you have more opportunities. And she's done a great job with that. And then, you know, people like, you know, Emma Roberts, Michaela Morrison, Mamie Trout, Bree Perry, you know, they've stepped into their roles, and I think there's been a lot of growth through the season, just with defense and leadership and confidence, and it's all kind of led us to where we're at today.
All right, so as I mentioned before, just last year in the 22-23 season, that was your first full year as the head coach here at Pendleton. So what did you learn from that year that you may have brought into this season, and what things did you decide to leave behind as you got used to your system?
So I think number one, obviously, we have lofty goals. We want to try to be conference champions every year. We want to try to win our county every year. We want to try to win our sectional every year.
Yep.
And I think that there were times we probably focused too much on those, and maybe looking too far ahead. So this year, we really tried to make a conscious effort of staying in the moment, taking it one game at a time, not looking, to the future and kind of staying in the present. So that's probably the biggest thing that, we didn't change our preparation or anything like that. It was just kind of staying in the moment and who's next up instead of getting too far ahead of ourselves.
All right, Coach. Now, in these 2 separate years, you guys lost against Heritage Christian, and then you beat them this year, and you did the same thing to Mount Vernon as well. But last year you had beat New Pal, and this year you had lost that game 52-48. So what do you think went wrong that time around, and how do you hope to flip that script here tonight?
Yeah, I think anybody who plays a sport at Pendleton knows it's extremely tough, no matter what sport you play, going to New Pal and playing. When you double down on that and you're playing New Pal for something like, a Hoosier Heritage Conference Championship, while at New Pal, it's a tough order. And, I think for us, it was probably one of those moments that was a learning experience for us. Like I said, we dug ourselves in a big hole, and in the first half we kind of let the moment be a little too big for us. But like I said, we tried to focus on the positives, and we did battle back. We did make it a game. We had a couple looks to tie it or win it, and that takes grit. That takes some some competitiveness and fortitude to even be in that position. And with only a couple exceptions of a couple games this year, that's how it's been. We've either won or we've battled, even against some of the toughest teams in the state. So I know that our girls are hyped. I know that they are prepared. They are ready for tonight. I know they're excited to do it in front of the home fans. We just have to do a good job as a coaching staff to kind of harness that and not let them get too high. But yes, we are definitely excited. It was a tough loss during the season, and we're ready to right that wrong tonight.
Well, that is all the time we do have here for the Arabian Sports Network. But again, a big thank you to Coach Rogers, as well as good luck to go as they again will face off against New Pal tonight in the second round of the sectionals at 7:30. But my name is Aiden Wilson with Coach Rogers on 91.7 WEEM.
Hey, are you okay?
No,
What's wrong?
I can't listen to 91.7 WEEM because I'm not in my car.
Well, don't you fear. Our app is here.
Tired of not being able to listen to Pendleton's best radio station, 91.7 WEEM, anywhere and everywhere? Try out our app. With the 91.7 WEEM app, you get the best hits. Our station now goes where our listeners go. Find 91.7 WEEM in app stores today. Available for Apple and Android.
Thank you so much for telling me about the 91.7 WEEM app, found in Apple and Android app stores.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Are you constantly bored and tired on your way to school or work? Then you should tune into the Arabian Roundup. With your hosts Kennedy Quinn and Bella Myers, your morning will never be dull. The Arabian Roundup is from 5 to 7 a.m. Tuesday through Friday. But wait, you can't forget about the Arabian Stampede. You can tune to the Arabian Stampede while waiting to get out of the parking lot after school, on your way to work, and so on. You can catch your hosts Gracie Wolf, Samuel Duffer, and Layla Reef every Tuesday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Get something fun out of your day with our WEEM shows.
This is preparing for the game. This is preparing for life. This is your IHSAA.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court here at Pendleton Heights High School for the second round of the girls basketball sectional against the Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians and the New Pal Lady Dragons. Players taking the court for tip-off at center for the New Pal Dragons. It's going to be Allie Blum, the senior, and then for the Arabians, it is, of course, going to be freshman Ada Hupfer.
I mean, when you're 6'3", you're pretty much expected to be in the tip circle.
Yeah, and I think not only are expected to be a part of it, but you're expected to win it. I mean, I think there's probably only been twice, 3 times a season where she's had a opponent lined up that's matched her heights.
Yeah.
Ball's up, and we are underway here this evening. Pendleton Heights wins the tip. Skylar Baldwin will walk it up for our first possession. Baldwin with it at the logo. Guarded by Kylie Burnick. To the corner, Casey Warfel. Over. Now in the hands of Bree Perry. Skips it to Olivia Jones at the logo. Right back to Warfel, far wing. Looking. Back to Bree Perry at the volleyball line. To Baldwin. Tried to get it to Ada Hupfer down low. It was too high. Picked off. Stolen away by the New Pal Dragons.
Just a little too hard of a pass there from Baldwin.
Moore. Near wing. Over to Vivian Miller. Over to Burnick. Driving. Right side. Back out. 3 ball. Hugh Banks drains it. New Pal draws first blood. Up 3-0. 7 minutes to play in the first.
Yeah, and that's something you just can't let New Pal get, is wide open threes like that.
Jones, cross-court pass to Warfel. Warfel tries a 3 of her own, rattles in and out. Pulled in by the New Pal Lady Dragons. Miller with the board, now going the other way. Guarded by Warfel, gets it stolen away. Warfel on the fast break. It's a one-on-one, high steps, and finishes at the rim. What a move from Warfel.
We see that all the time with Casey Warfel, a steal and then a hop step at the other end for a wide open layup.
Another steal. Olivia Jones jumps in front of the pass, can't convert on the other end to fight for the board. Stolen away by Casey Warfel, but recovered right back by Hugh Banks and the Dragons.
Some good defense here by both teams early on.
Blum blocked by Skylar Baldwin. Blum got it right back, drove, and missed the shot. Rebounded Arabians. 3-2 our score. New Pal leading. 6 minutes to play in the first to steal. Skylar Baldwin turns it away for the second time tonight. And a charge. Skylar Baldwin getting back, playing some defense, and drawing the charge. Arabians get it back.
Yeah, and a heads-up play there by the senior Baldwin, really showing her experience to not only get her feet set, but get right in the way of Blum as she drives.
Arabians trailing by 1, back on offense, going right to left. Baldwin with it, near backcourt. Over to Warfel at the volleyball line. Warfel swings it around, kicks it to Olivia Jones in the far corner. She takes a 3, misses. Nearly hit the rim. Casey Warfel got a hand on it, but can't get the steal. Miller recovers. Miller driving, bounce pass. finds a wide open Burnick, misses. Ada Hupfer recovers and a whistle. Let's see what this is. Is it a foul on Burnick? Yeah. So foul number 1 for New Pal is going to come from Kylie Burnick, the junior. It's going to be her first and the second for the New Pal Dragons.
And a lot of high energy here from not only the fans, but the players as well early on in this one.
Arabians back on offense. Down low to Hupfer. Loses it and stolen away. Wasn't the greatest pass there. Had to plant her feet, and in doing so, it was 3 red jerseys forced the strip. Hugh Banks to the right wing. Miller, bounce pass, back to the point. Swinging it around the perimeter. A drive now to Hugh Banks and a foul. She flicked it along the baseline to Burnick. Burnick went up strong with it, missed it, but she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, great defense there by the Ravens. Skylar Baldwin trying to contest the shot, just caught the arm on the way up on the shot by Burnick.
3-2 our score. New Pal leading with just under 5 minutes to play in the first. That's number 1 for Skylar Baldwin. Skylar Baldwin.
Her first, team first in the quarter. Kylie Burnick at the line, shooting 2.
Misses the first.
She is only a 59% free throw shooter, so not really the greatest free throw shooter on the team, but hopefully she can make the second one.
Second for Burnick is up and through. It's her first point of the night, and the Dragons now lead by 2 points. Arabians get it back.
Yeah, not much time left here in the quarter, as it is only 4-2.
Bree Perry at the point. Down low to Jones, right back out. Baldwin pulls it from 8 feet, drains it. We're all tied up at 4. A 3 on the other end. Quickly, Hugh Banks, nothing but net. Wasting no time, Sadie Hugh Banks with the triple. New Pal right back on top, 7-4. Cross-court pass to Warfel in the corner. She got fouled and the bucket. How about that, Casey Warfel? A potential 4-point play for the junior. She'll go to the line for a shot.
That's why she was named to first team All-State, able to make a big play when it's needed.
Warfel entering the game a 65% free throw shooter. Misses. The and-one conversion rattles out. We're going to stay tied at 7-7. To the free throw line, Blum over to Burnick, and she's going to be fouled yet again. So she'll go back to the line for yet again 2 shots. Her first trip, she was 1 for 2.
Her first, second of the quarter.
That was Ada Hupfer there who chopped at it. It's foul number 1 for the freshman. And team foul number 2 for Pendleton. Burnick misses the first.
Yeah, and so far in this one, Ada Hupfer already has maybe 2-3 blocks so far on a couple shots by Baranek and other players.
Baranek makes the second. Kayla Morrison will enter in for Bree Perry now for Pendletonites. (8-7) our score. New Pal leading midway through the first quarter. Kayla Morrison to Olivia Jones in the corner. Jones misses the wide open tray ball. Rebounded by Sadie Hugh Banks and the Dragons.
Yeah, Olivia Jones coming off of an 0-4 performance for 0 points in the earlier week matchup.
New Pal moving it around the perimeter. Stolen, no, nearly. Casey Warfel got a hand on it there, knocked it out of Miller's grip, but knocked it out of bounds. So this will stay down here to the right with the Lady Dragons. Miller gets it off of the inbound. A trap. Casey Warfel gets away with it. Fast break yet again. Warfel misses the fast break shot. Rebounded now. New Pal on the fast break. They got numbers. Blum gets up a shot and a blocking foul. The Boo Birds come out for Pendleton Heights, but either way, Blum will go to the line for a pair.
Yeah, and this is already such a close contest with a lot of emotion flying. Only 8-7 here in this first quarter by both these teams.
Blum misses on her first shot. She remains scoreless. She enters the game as New Pal's leading scorer, averaging 17.2 points a night while shooting 39% from the floor. Her second one is up and through. 1 for 2 on that trip. Blum now on the scoring sheet with a point. 9-7. Pendleton Heights trailing New Pal. 3:07 left to play in the first.
Yeah, she's not coming off of her strongest performance the other night either, with only 13.
Warfel near corner. Poked out of bounds. It was poked out by Kendra Moore, the sophomore. It'll stay down here with the Arabians as Emma Roberts will inbound just right of the New Pal bench. Roberts gets it into Jones. Lady Arabians looking for a set here. Jones nearly has it stolen away. They recover. Roberts with an open three. Too strong. Off the back iron. Rebounded. New Pal the other way with it. Stolen right back. Casey Warfel strips it away from Blum. Pulls it 10 feet away. Off the mark yet again. Blum comes away with it. Another fast break. A 2-on-1 for the Dragons, and it's poked nearly out of bounds. Blum saves it, but saves it right to Ada Hupfer. Casey Warfel gets it on the other end and finishes home off of the glass. Arabians tied up 9-9.
Yeah, and some of those missed shots that the Arabians have had, they've been there. They just can't get them to fall.
Hugh Banks from another triple from that same spot, the right wing. This one is off the mark. Arabians rebound. Hupfer, the free throw line. Back out. Jones tried to get it down low to Hupfer. Bad pass. Flew out of bounds, and New Pal will get it back on yet another Arabian turnover.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times already in this one. And for the Lady Arabians, they just can't have that, especially against a team like New Pal.
Arabians coming out with a half-court press here. New Pal shakes it easily. Allie Blum with a three in transition. Off the mark. Rebounded Emma Roberts and the Arabians. Roberts up to Warfel. Tries a three of her own. No. Whistle blown, and it's going to be hit the backboard, so this will be out of bounds, will be the call, and this will go right back to New Pal. So we're all tied up if you're just tuning in, 9-9 in the semifinal round of the girls' sectional tournament. 1 minute and 40 seconds to play in the first. Thus far, a defensive battle between these two teams. But we have seen some good shots. Here, Kendra Moore with another good shot there. The sophomore drains a three in transition from the far corner. New Pal back on top. No, that was a deep two, 11-9. Casey Warfel, a three, in and out. Wants a call, doesn't get one. Warfel contesting the half-court press. Miller shakes it. Driving. Bounce pass to the corner. Blum. Over to Hugh Banks. Airballs the three. And it'll stay down here with New Pal.
Had a really big student section there, getting that air ball chance going. Biggest student section at a girls' game we've seen in a while.
So Blum now inbounding underneath the basket, and a foul on the Arabians before the ball even got inbounds. It was Sadie Hughbanks who hit the deck, and it was Skylar Baldwin who looks like knocked her down. No, Ada Hupfer. The ball was on in the game. Hupfer, that's her second, so Coach Rogers will give her a seat on the bench as Bree Perry will come back in for the Arabians. Blum gets it inside to Moore. Moore to the point. Now to the left wing. Hughbanks gets it. Jumper from the free throw line. Off the mark. And we got a whistle. What is this? Is it a tech on the students?
I think someone just may have gotten
ejected. Thrown out. Yeah, they're getting some faculty. Can't be talking too much. We saw that earlier in the year. I think it was like a boys' game.
I think it was at a boys' game.
Yeah.
If you're right. That's just not something you see.
Not too often, but, I mean, if you're talking enough, refs will pull you to the side, and that's what just happened to that Pendletonites student. So 11-9, Pendletonites back on offense, trailing New Pal with 38 about 6 seconds to play. Jones gets it. Left wing, swinging it around. Stuck on the baseline, kicks it over to Warfel. Warfel receives it and gets it to go for 2.
Yeah, Casey Warfel already up to 9 points here in this first quarter.
We're tied up once again, 11-11. Hugh Banks, far perimeter, driving. Kicks it over a corner 3. More, too strong and tipped out of bounds. Emma Roberts thought she could get a grip on it. She was a bit too far away. Tipped it out of bounds, so what should have been an easy rebound for the Lady Arabians instead will be a New Pal ball. Still inbound from the corner, 6.8 seconds to play. They'll get a last-second shot. Inbounds quickly, misses. That was Miller who tried it. They'll get it back, though. Casey Warfel steals it away, and that'll do it for our first quarter. Some shoving. What's this? A little shoving back and forth. That was Kendra Moore and Casey Warfel who got tied up, and emotions running high. But after the first 11-11, we're all tied up in this defensive game thus far. We're going to take a quick break. Second quarter following suit on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation 91.7 WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow. And here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Harmon and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM.
Basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WE.
At first, just leaving the house was hard.
But Wounded Warrior Project helps you realize it's possible to get out there.
To feel a sense of camaraderie again.
To find the tools to live life better.
Through generous community support, we've connected warriors and their families with no-cost physical and mental health services, legislative advocacy, career assistance, and life skill training for 20 years. And we're just getting started.
Away. They'll start on offense here. In that first half, we saw a pretty defensive game, some good shots getting up, but both teams kind of struggling from that three-point range. They had, I think, about 2, maybe 3 each to fall, but overall, a defensive battle. So New Pal with it. Burnick nearly gets it stolen away, but New Pal recovers. Miller resets, has it at the logo. Over to Burnick. Now down low, right back out. At the point, Blum with it. Hands off to Moore. Moore, right back to Blum. Driving, baseline. Airballs the floater. Maybe Trout quickly in the other direction. Finishes with the left hand. Trout now on the scoreboard with 2 points. Arabians take their first lead, 13-11.
Yeah, maybe
a double dribble.
Yeah.
Vivian Miller on the other end. Getting a bit too hasty with it. Arabians will get it back. Roberts taking it up the wood.
Yeah, Mamie Trout has become a very key rotational piece for Rogers so far this season, and only her sophomore year.
Trout with it. Near backcourt. Over to Roberts, right back to Trout, top of the key three. No good, but Olivia Jones pulling in the offensive rebound. Nice hustle there from Jones, and Casey Warfel tried to find Mamie Trout. Trout slipped. The ball slipped out of her hands, out of bounds. New Pal getting it back. Pendletonites leading 13-11, 6:49 left to play in the first half.
Yeah, and you mentioned there at the start of this quarter, a defensive battle, and we're seeing it here.
A charge. Sadie Eubanks. Is that Olivia Jones? No, it was Mamie Trout. Mamie Trout took the charge there as Eubanks threw the shoulder, and that'll be the second charge for New Pal. The first foul for Eubanks and the first for New Pal of the quarter.
Yeah, and we're seeing the physicality start to pick up now here in this second quarter.
Olivia Jones at the point. Over to Warfel. Far corner for three. Can't find it. Rebound to New Pal. New Pal going left to right now. Vivian Miller driving, spinning, shooting. Misses it off with the backboard. Arabians recover. Roberts with it at the logo. Nearly gets it stolen out of bounds. They'll stay down here with Pendletonites. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Arabian Sports Network 91.7 WEEM.
Broadcasting from the WEEM studios, underwritten by Community Hospital Anderson, this is the Arabian Sports Network 91.7 WEEM Pendleton.
Pendletonites with it. Back on offense. Mamie Trout. Over to Roberts. Right back to Trout. Now to the corner, Olivia Jones. Over to the near corner, Emma Roberts tries the three, misses, but Olivia Jones is right in position. They get the offensive board and puts it right back up for the second chance basket. Arabians now with a 4-point lead, 15-11, 5:27 to play in the second.
And Olivia Jones really showing her rebounding ability here on these past few possessions.
Top of the key, Annalie Civiar with it. Severe looking. Over to Moore to the corner. Burnick for three. Nothing but net. Knocks it down. 15-4. Pendletonites still leading, but now by just 1 point. And a timeout. Coach Rogers wants to take a 60-second break to talk things over with his team. 15-14. Pendletonites leading with just under 5 minutes to play in the second. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network 91.7 WEEM.
Are you okay?
No.
What's wrong?
I can't listen to 91.7 WEEM because I'm not in my car.
Well, don't you fear. Our app is here.
Tired of not being able to listen to Pendleton's best radio station, 91.7 WEEM, anywhere and everywhere? Try out our app. With the 91.7 WEEM app, you get the best hits. Our station now goes where our listeners go. Find 91.7 WEEM in app stores today. Available for Apple and Android.
Thank you so much for telling me about the 91.7 WEEM app, found in Apple and Android app stores.
There in the first quarter, Casey Warfel hit an and one three-pointer. Couldn't convert on the free throw, but, you know, we've seen plays like that for Pendletonites, and we've seen the complete opposite. But Arabians with the ball as we come back. Roberts over to Trout at the point. Trout right back to Roberts, far corner. She takes a deep three, in and out. Won't go. Rebound to New Pal.
Yeah, and Roberts 0 for 3 from behind the arc so far in this one. Just can't get her shot to fall.
Dragons the other way with it. Vivian Miller, top of the key. Tried to get it over to, that was Civier, but it was nearly stolen by Casey Warfel, but New Pal's going to recover here. Allie Blum knocks it down from the baseline. So New Pal taking the lead, 16-15, 4 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the first half. Roberts, right wing, three, left is short. Fight for the board, out of bounds. Last touch by New Pal. So stay down here with the Arabians. Going right to left. Olivia Jones will inbound baseline. Quickly gets it into Warfel. Count the basket and the foul. Casey Warfel catching the New Pal Lady Dragons off guard, getting it right off of the inbound, finishing at the basket for two. She'll go to the line for yet again an and one free throw.
Yeah, and on her last and one attempt, couldn't get it to fall. This time, hopefully she can get it to fall to get a 2-point lead up on the board.
First one, no good. Casey cannot convert on these and one free throws. Recovered by Vivian Miller and the Dragons. Miller at the logo. Down to the elbow and a foul. Foul will come for Pendleton Heights. This will be against Casey Warfel. Her first, and the first for the Arabians this quarter. Adie Hupfer coming in for Pendleton Heights. She's subbing out Mamie Trout. But 17-16 our score. Pendleton Heights leading with 3:49 left to play in the first half. Vivian Miller has it at the logo. Over to the right wing. Allie Blum, the senior. Right back, top of the key. Over to Bernick. Down low. Allie Blum responds right back with an and one bucket of her own. New Pal going right back on top. And an Allie Blum free throw to follow suit.
Yeah, and Blum 1 for 2 so far on the evening from the free throw line. She is a 71% free throw shooter, though.
Blum's now up to 5 points, and Casey Warfel's going to take a seat on the bench here. She has 2 fouls. Arabians up to 2 on the quarter. Blum converts the and one free throw, and New Pal will now take a 2-point lead. Roberts crossing the timeline for the Arabians. Over to Trout. Gets it stolen. Blum cuts it off. Now on the other end. Over to Moore. Back out. Miller for 3. Top of the key. Misses. Ada Hupfer pulls it in.
Yeah, when you're 6'3", rebounds come pretty easily for you if you're Ada.
Jones, left wing. Try to get it to Trout. Recovers, though, after it got tipped. Emma Roberts, a 3 from the right wing, yet again off of the mark. Tipped and rebounded by Allie Blum. Blum, shot faking. Got Emma Roberts off her feet and finished for the nearly wide open layup. New Pal going on a bit of a run, now up 21-17, just under 3 minutes to play. Hupfer, free throw line. Double teamed, spins out of it. Floater rattles out. Rebounded New Pal. On the other end, Blum pulls it from the free throw line. No good, but an offensive rebound down low there by Sadie Hubanks. She can't find it. Now pulled in by the Arabians. Jones at the logo, taking things a bit slower now. Jones swinging it around. Back out to Mamie Trout, now down low to Hupfer. Triple team comes, tried to get it to the corner. It was a too weak of a pass. Picked off yet again by Allie Blum and the New Pal Dragons. New Pal back on offense, left to right. Blum near wing, guarded by Trout. Gets past her, fouled, got smacked on the arm there. Misses the shot, but once again Blum will go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. That's going to be Trout's first. Now, winner of this game will go on to play Mount Vernon tomorrow, Saturday night, for the sectional championship. That will be 7:30 tip. Blum makes her first, and Mount Vernon beat Richmond in our 6 o'clock game this evening, just before this game, to punch in their ticket to the sectional championship. Blum misses the second, but an offensive rebound. Bernick misses or is blocked, but New Pal gets it back. Now back outside. Cross-court pass, Eubanks, a wide-open triple. Misses. Rebounded Ada Hupfer. Up to Michaela Morrison, now to Baldwin. Arabians turning down the tempo, trailing 22-17 with 1:30 to play in the second quarter. Trout got it stolen away. Blum, the other end, misses it. Jones recovers. Arabians quickly down the other way. Jones over to Baldwin. Spins out of contact. Finds Trout on the left wing. Now down low. Jones gets it on the low block and finishes with the layup off the glass. 3-point game.
Yeah, another good offensive possession there by the Arabians. Their past few have resulted in turnovers.
Eubanks, bounce pass. Now outside. Moore Over to Blum, to the corner. Vivian Miller driving baseline. And a jump ball here. It was Michaela Morrison and Kylie Wernick who got tied up with it on the floor, and this jump will go towards Pendleton Heights. We got yet another timeout for Coach Rogers. This one, 30 seconds. 22-19, New Pal leading with 43.4 seconds to play in the first half. We'll take a quick break with them. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This present Window Wear Project helped me find the strength to go further than I ever thought possible.
I was able to come out of my shell and really connect with others.
So I can feel like part of a team, part of the community again.
It's possible to live better.
It's possible to have a voice and to be heard.
To feel understood.
To find peace.
Because I've experienced firsthand that anything is possible.
Information is available at twistersodabar.com. Twisted Soda Bar.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome back here to Pendleton Heights High School. Arabians with it, coming back from the timeout. 30 seconds to play. Ada Hupfer gets it down low, puts up the post hook, bounces around 3 times and falls out, and a foul. Michaela Morrison with the foul off of the rebound, so this will go to New Pal. Michaela Morrison's first, and the fourth for the Arabians. Just one foul away from putting New Pal in the bonus, but with 25 seconds to play, doubt that'll happen.
Yeah, but, anything can happen.
Blum, near wing, top of the key, down to the left wing. Blum gets it down low. 3 defenders on her there, and she strips it away, and a foul. Let's see what this is. Ada Hupfer she had 2 hands on the ball, reached out, and it knocked down Allie Blum. Refs are talking it over. Official timeout, and again, Ada Hupfer pulled in the rebound. Was trying to rip it away from Allie Blum, who also had a grip. I think maybe an elbow hit Allie Blum's jaw there. We'll see what the call is, though. Again, score 22-19. Pendleton Heights leading with 12 seconds to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, but I think the discussion is, did they call the foul before Hupfer hit Blum in the face? That's the question on who the foul is on.
They're going to say it's against New Pal. Allie Blum with the foul. So that'll be team foul number 3 for New Pal. New Pal fans not happy.
A couple of students in the Pendleton Heights student section flexing their arms and pointing to it, saying, weight room.
22-19. Pendleton Heights trailing New Pal with 12 seconds to play in the first half. Arabians on offense here. Baldwin will take it up. So the Arabians have a chance to put it within 1 or take the lead with the last second shot here. Trout, right back to Baldwin. Over to Jones, cross-court pass to Trout. 3 seconds now. Trout driving, getting up a shot, misses, and that'll do it for our first half. At halftime, Pendleton Heights trailing New Pal 19-22 after a very, very physical first half. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, Zion Palmieri was able to sit down with some of the pet band members here at Pendleton Heights for our halftime interview. That'll be on up next after our quick break here on the Arabian Sports Network halftime show, 91.7 WEEM.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
We welcome you here to this halftime interview on 91.7 WEEM, the Arabian Sports Network. I am Zion Palmieri, and I am here with...
my name's Jasper Fadley.
Okay, Jasper. How's your day going so far?
It's going good, man. Just got done with my classes. After this, I'm about to go do some more band stuff.
Okay, so getting into band stuff, what instrument do you play?
So for concert band, for the high school class I take, I play baritone or euphonium. But then for the pep band, I play drum set, and for marching band, I play snare.
So that's a lot of instruments. How has it just you picked them up as you aged?
So a lot of people like to try out different instruments and start playing different instruments as they get further into band, because you started all the way back in 6th grade and you go further into high school, learning more about music and learning more instruments you can play. Before I even joined band in 6th grade, I was a drum set player. And so I decided, hey, why not try and do it for band around my sophomore year? And I ended up showing my director I could play drum set. And that's why for the pep band now I'm not the drum set player, but I played it by myself last year, and now I'm training someone else how to do it.
So you said you're training someone else how to do it. Is that, while you're in pep band, is that mostly what you're doing, or are you just kind of teaching along the way as the season goes by?
So the way it started out was last year I played all the drum set parts. I had him do some auxiliary parts, some extra things that are quite easier than drum set, because when it comes to drum set playing, it takes a whole lot of coordination between being able to separate your feet and your hands. And now because he has a general understanding of how to play drum set and he's gotten past that coordination block, I'm slowly teaching him how to learn these charts, what style they're in, how to make sure he's keeping the same tempo, just basic drumming principles like that.
Okay, so you mentioned you are in marching band. My friends that are in marching band, they're kind of notorious for the crazy practices that they have.
Yeah.
So what does a normal practice for pep band look like?
So a normal practice for pep band is we only have one rehearsal for the whole season. It's just one rehearsal where we get introduced to almost all. We'll rarely add another piece somewhere in the season, but we might. But we're introduced to the vast majority of all the pieces we're doing for pep band that year, and then we just work on them. We get told the style, what to do. The wind players kind of work on sectionals every now and again, work with each other, stuff like that. And then for all the other games, we show up an hour before JV is over. We just rehearse. We practice anything that needs worked on. We'll always hit the school song, the national anthem, make sure those are sounding good. And then we'll head out in time to play the school song once the JV end game ends, and then we'll just play until the game starts.
So you are a senior?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
Okay. So what is your favorite memory you've been in a lot of different things, so I guess in all band related.
I think I've been in every music related class and band at this high school except for theater, choir, and I did Team Awesome, but I had to quit because there was a conflict with the indoor percussion schedule. I'd have to say it's hard to pinpoint a favorite memory, mainly because I've just been doing it for like a while and there's been a lot of different bands I've been in. But it's not a specific one memory, but being able to go on about multiple, like just building all the way down from, hey, I'm a baritone player in 6th grade, all the way up to, okay, now I'm a drum set player, a baritone player, a snare player, and I'm about to go to university. I just recently got admitted to University of Indianapolis for jazz studies. And like just being able to see that transformation is probably my favorite memory, being able to see how far I've come along and how much I've been able to do.
So, we've mentioned you've been in the program for a long time. What is, who's been your biggest mentor?
Mentor? When it comes to percussion and drumming, it'd probably have to be Mr. Brosman, because I remember going in, you always have those couple of people that are just kind of mean about it, and they're always like, well, you can't do this, you haven't played it before. I remember there being people like when I wanted to do percussion for marching band after the 2 seasons before I'd done baritone and mellophone. They were like, well, you can't do percussion, you're a percussionist, because all you've done is play drum set for just one band, one intro level beginner band. And Mr. Brosman was one of the few people that was like, yeah, absolutely, you can do it. You show competency, or competency in this area. You show that you have a basic understanding of reading sheet music and being able to understand your role. So I don't see why not. And that's just him giving me that experience and giving me that chance is what gave me the courage and what gave me the momentum to get into what I'm now going to college for.
Well, thank you for joining me today. That is all I have for you.
Yeah, of course. No problem.
So, finally, I am Zion Palmieri, and I've been here with
Jasper Fadley.
And this was the halftime interview on 91.7 WEEM, the Arabian Sports Network.
Hey, how are you doing today? Thanks for doing this interview today. We're going to go into the production room. Go ahead and sit down. This won't take long, just a few questions. Ready? Welcome to Weem Weekly. I'm your host, Emily Pulley, and today we have the mascot with us. So starting off today, what animal are you? You're not really answering my questions, but let's keep going. Do you enjoy being the mascot? Are you even going to be able to answer any of my questions? What's the point of this interview anyway? Get out.
.917 WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow. And here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Harmon and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 917 WEEM.
You get the ball inside to Ada. 0 points. She's 0 for 2 from the field. Yeah, she's getting hounded inside by maybe 3-4 jerseys whenever she touches the ball. But that opens up the outside. But you're taking too many three-pointers. 13 threes in the first half and only making one. That's just unacceptable basketball if you're Pendleton Heights. You need to get it inside to Ada Hupper. She's 6'3". She's the tallest girl on the court. You get it inside to her, that's winning basketball. And not only that, you get the ball to Casey Vorfel. She's your playmaker. She's 4 for 6 for inside the floor, or inside the arc. 1 for 5 from outside the arc, which you don't want to see from her. 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Got to get that up. But she has 11 points, and you really need her on the floor if you want to win this game.
Yeah, and despite trailing, Pendleton Heights won the turnover battle there in that first half. New Pal with 9 team turnovers, Pendleton Heights with 7. On top of that, Pendleton Heights, not on top of that, but on the other side of that, New Pal winning the rebound battle, 22-13. They had 5 offensive rebounds compared to Pendleton's 3. But as we come back, players taking the floor here for the second half. New Pal will start with possession, now going right to left. Kylie Burnick will inbound, far sideline. Gets it into Blum, and Blum will cross the timeline for the New Pal Dragons. Down, low elbow. Hugh Banks, bounce pass, just inside the arc. Burnick takes the jumper, airballs it. Rebounded Skylar Baldwin.
Yeah, and Warfel telling Baldwin to slow down so they can set up some offense and slow down their tempo.
Baldwin over to Trout. Right back to Baldwin, far wing. Baldwin now to Trout. Near corner. Swings it over to Casey Warfel. Warfel swinging it around, driving. Misses the underhand shot. Rebounded New Pal. Dragons quickly the other way. Vivian Miller kicks it outside to Blum, and Blum sinks the triple.
Yeah, and Casey Warfel sliced through the defense.
And a miscommunication for the Arabians. Skylar Baldwin was ready to inbound it on the baseline. No one was there. No one was there. Everyone, all four other players were down the floor. She was stomping her foot trying to get attention, but she couldn't. We got a timeout for Rogers as he wants to keep the ball, of course. 25-19. New Pal leading with 7:05 to play in the third. We'll take a quick break on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome you back here to the second round of sectionals against the Pendleton Heights Lady Arabians and the New Pal Lady Dragons. As we come back from the Coach Rogers timeout, Pendleton Heights with possession, trailing 25-19 with 7:05 left to play in the third. Skylar Baldwin will take it up for the Arabians. She has it, kicks it over to Mamie Trout at the logo, right back to Baldwin. Baldwin gets the screen from Hupfer. Over to Warfel, now down low. Hupfer tipped out of bounds, last touched. New Pal Dragons, this will stay down here to the right with the Lady Arabians. As Mamie Trout will inbound beneath the basket. Gets it inside, Hupfer. Hupfer loses it. Once again stolen away. It's Sadie Hughbanks who comes away with it.
Yeah, and like I mentioned there during the halftime break, I mean, Hupfer getting swarmed by 2-3 red jerseys every time she touches the ball.
Blum back out to the logo. Miller down low, right back outside. Swinging it around. Moore now with it. And a travel. So Arabians forced the turnover there off of the travel from the New Pal Lady Dragons, and Arabians will now inbound far sideline. New Pal leading 25-19, 6:30 left to play in the third.
Yeah, and Pendleton Heights really struggling on the offensive end here these past few possessions, but defensively still holding their own.
Baldwin to Trout. Trout driving. Looking in trouble. Tries to kick it over to Bree Perry, and yet another turnover off of an attempted pass for the Arabians. Miller on the other end is fouled. A blocking foul here against Bree Perry. That's team foul number 1 for the Arabians. And team foul number 1, or personal foul number 1 for Bree Perry. This one will be on the floor. New Pal will inbound baseline. Blum lobs it up high to Burnick. Burnick over to Hughbanks. Hughbanks slowing things down here at the logo. To Moore. Moore right back to Hughbanks. Hughbanks directing traffic. Into the hands of Kendra Moore. Moore skips it. Right back to Hughbanks. Now far wing. Vivian Miller. Try to get it to Hughbanks. And a timeout for New Pal. And we're going to see what this is. It looks like Arabians might have been wanting a jump ball there. Instead of timeout, comes in first. We'll take yet another break. 25-19. New Pal leading with 5:32 left to play in the third. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This present.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans realize what's possible. With generous community support, we bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing, to get the help you need,
to find peace.
And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning.
Sports Network 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court on the campus of Pendleton Heights High School. If you're just tuning in alongside Michael Hooker, I'm Dawson Perrell. New Pal leading 25-19 in the semifinal round of the girls' sectionals. As we come back with 5 minutes and 32 seconds to play in the third quarter. New Pal with possession. Kylie Burnick will inbound far sideline. And the Arabians struggling on the offensive end so far tonight. And on one end, they're struggling to hit their shots, more specifically from outside of the arc. There in that first half, they shot 7% from the three-point line. But on top of that, they're really struggling with passing the ball around. They've had a handful of turnovers on picked-off passes by the Dragons. So they got to be turning things around here before they dig themselves in too deep of a hole.
Yeah, and we've seen that a lot offensively, just lazy passes that get picked off.
Miller to Blum. Blum near wing, top of the key to Burnick. Right back, right wing. A wide open three here for Kendra Moore, top of the key. She left it short, pulled in off of the glass by Skylar Baldwin and the Lady Arabians.
And although Skylar Baldwin only 5'3", still able to scale the ladders and get rebounds.
Bree Perry over to Mamie Trout, cross court pass to Baldwin. She pulls it from 10 feet away. She misses. Rebound to New Pal. Dragons the other direction with it. Allie Blum pulls for three, and Blum sinks it from downtown. She's been hot. Now 15 for the senior.
Yeah, and frustration setting in for Pendleton Heights. Just can't allow that to happen on the defensive end.
28-19, Warfel spinning around, taking a jumper of her own. She airballs, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by New Pal. That was Kendra Moore who touched it last, so despite the bad miss, the Arabians will get another shot at it. Emma Roberts and Michaela Morrison checking in for the Arabians. Baldwin inbounding baseline. Gets it into Hupfer. Hupfer swinging it around. She has it top of the key. Bounce pass to Baldwin. Baldwin to Warfel for three. Drains it. Warfel responds with a triple of her own, and a huge one at that. 28-22, Arabians trailing by 6 with 4 minutes to play in the third.
Maybe that'll spark something offensively for the Lady Arabians as they've gone quiet here in this half.
Sadie Hughbanks, a nice pass over to Vivian Miller, but Miller can't find it on the right of the basket. Warfel on the other end, shots blown off. A blocking foul. New Pal really wanted to travel there and attack. Attack for Craig Moore. Talk about the tides turning. So a blocking foul, and I think this is going to be a shooting foul for Casey Warfel. But before those shots, we have some tech shots.
Well,
tech free throws, that is.
Well, I think the foul was on the floor.
Really?
I think they called it on the floor, on the hop step. But the technical foul, I mean, that's just something. You have to keep your composure, especially in a game like this. You're up by 6. You can't be doing that, especially as the head coach.
So Casey Warfel for 2 shots. No one with her. She sinks the first one. She was 0 for 2 from the free throw line in that first half, so it's nice to see her make one here.
Well, and these are huge. This cuts the lead, not if she makes both to 4. But not only that, the Arabians get possession right back.
Yeah, so sure enough, you're right, Michael. That foul was on the floor, so... By the way, it was foul number 2 for Kendra Moore. She got called with a blocking foul. But Arabians gonna stay with possession here, trailing by 4 points, 28-24, just under 4 minutes to play in the third. Baldwin with it at the logo. Swings around to Morrison in the corner. Back out. Now to Casey Warfel, wide open triple. Left it short. Rebounded. New Pal Dragons.
Yeah, and I like the shot there from Warfel for 3. Just couldn't get it to fall.
A bit too fast on the other end. Vivian Miller tried to get it down low to Kendra Moore. Threw it way too high. That'll soar out of bounds. Last touch by the New Palestine Dragons. So the Arabians will get the ball right back. Trailing 28-24. Roberts over to Warfel in the corner. She'll take the 3. Once again, leaves it too short, but Casey Warfel gets her own miss. Misses the shot. Rebounded New Pal Dragons. Miller at the logo. Eubanks. And a timeout. Timeout for New Pal. So we'll stay right here, though. 28-24. New Pal leading Pendleton Heights with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the third quarter. Now, New Pal went on a bit of a run there to open up the second half, but Pendleton Heights, after a 3 from Casey Warfel, then 2 made free throws from Casey Warfel, they're kind of right back into this thing, a 4-point ball game, and, you know, it's already pretty tight, and I can almost guarantee you, heading into the last couple minutes in the fourth quarter, it's going to be a couple possession game at the most, so we've seen a tight one, and I can almost guarantee it'll still be tight down the stretch.
It definitely can, and, you know, this game has the potential for an overtime. I mean, with how physical these two teams are playing, and with, knock on wood there, you never want to see an overtime. You want to see games wrap up in regulation. But, you know, this team, both these teams going at each other, going blow for blow, just can't put the other one away.
Miller at the logo, over to Moore. Bounce pass to Eubanks at the point. Eubanks finds Miller on the backdoor cut. She misses. Hupfer nearly had the rebound stripped away by Moore, but she recovers. Now the Arabians going the other way with it. Roberts, cross-court pass to Morrison. Quickly fires, and it's stolen by Blum. Blum against Warfel on the other end. She slides, misses the shot. Moore corrals in the offensive rebound. A jumper from the elbow drains it. Vivian Miller with her first basket of the game, coming from a jumper. And a tech. This time Casey Warfel called with it. Ref having none of that. Now, there was a bit of controversy on that Allie Blum when she was coming to a stop on the fast break. She kind of slid there a bit, and obviously the Arabians players, fans, and coach wanted a travel. Didn't get one, so I'm sure there was a bit of talking from Casey Warfel. So a tech against the New Pal coach, and now a tech against Casey Warfel will send Allie Blum to the free throw line for 2 shots as well, as New Pal will get the possession right back.
Yeah, and in a game like this, you have to keep your composure. I said it on the first tech, but now, especially if you're Casey Warfel, you cannot afford to get another technical foul. You're the leading scorer here for your team. You have 16 points. You can't afford another technical foul and get taken out of this game.
Blum goes 1 for 2 on the trip to the line, misses her second. That was personal foul number 3 for Casey Warfel, team foul number 2 for the Arabians. And, of course, as I was mentioning, New Pal, not only the 2 free throws, well, one of them went through, but they also will get the ball.
Yeah, that's crucial for New Pal to extend their lead with those technical free throws.
Blum, right wing, top of the key now. Now down low. Blum gets it up, misses, but a foul. A foul against Emma Roberts now. She doesn't agree with the call. That'll be her first and the third for the Arabians, and Blum going right back to the line for 2 shots. Blum up to 16, misses her first. So she is, at this point, I'd say, most likely to get above her average of 17 on the year tonight. Can match it with this free throw. She does. Blum makes the second. 1 for 2 on both of her trips. There on that one possession. Baldwin skips it to Roberts. Roberts, far backcourt. To Trout. Trout in the corner. Over to Hupfer, and Hupfer's fouled. This is going to be a shooting foul. She kind of threw up something there, and they're going to say it was during the shot. So Hupfer will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, I think that's really good awareness there by Hupfer, realizing she had Eubanks' arm in between hers. So to get up a shot and get the foul called on the shot is very good.
Hupfer makes her first. That's her first point of the night. She's a 64% free throw shooter entering tonight's game. She makes them both. The second one hits off of the front rim and skips in. So 2 for 2. 32-26. New Pal leads with 1:43 left to play in the third. On the other end, Blum drives baseline. Her shot gets tipped and a jump ball. It's going to go to Pendleton Heights. Possession arrow favoring the Lady Arabians. Skylar Baldwin will walk it up for Pendleton Heights.
Yeah, Pendleton Heights really struggling to haul in these rebounds here tonight. Luckily, though, they got the jump ball.
Trout, far corner, down low, picked off. Try to get it into Hupfer. New Pal saw that coming from a mile away. I do believe it was Eubanks who jumped in front of the pass.
Bit of a voice crack there, Dawson.
Wild shot here from Eubanks on the other end, but a foul. It was Eubanks who gave the screen. And I think it was Mamie Trout who ran through it. So this foul will be on the floor. It's Mamie Trout's second and the fourth for the Arabians in the quarter. So just one foul away from putting New Pal in the bonus. And in a physical game like this, you don't want to do that at any point of the game. Blum gets it off of the handoff. Out of the corner. Burnick. Going to reset here. Blum with it at the logo. Fires over to Miller. Vivian Miller. Bounce pass. Eubanks guarded by Morrison. Back outside and a travel. Burnick with a turnover there. Arabians will get it back, trailing by 6. Just under 45 seconds to play in the third. Roberts crossing the timeline for the Arabians. Roberts up high to Morrison, far corner to Baldwin. Right back to Roberts, tries a three, in and out. Fight for the rebound. It's on the floor. No jump ball called, and here it comes. Jump ball, this will go to New Pal. So the Arabians yet again failing to convert on an opportunity. And the Arabians look like they're going to come with a full court press now. Aubrey Warfel will enter the game for Ada Hupfer. So full court press for the Arabians. Received by Miller. Miller splits the defenders and gets it through the timeline. And on the other end, Burnick. Count the basket and the foul. Burnick going up strong, finishing strong despite the contact. So she'll go to the line for a free throw, and Ada Hupfer coming right back to the scorer's table to check in for the Arabians.
Yeah, I mean, Ada being 6'3", you really need her in the game to get some rebounds.
So one shot here for Burnick. She's a 59% free throw shooter entering tonight's game. Her first one, or her only one, is up and good. Burnick converts on the and-one free throw. She is up to 8, and the Arabians now trail by 9. 10 seconds to play. Roberts over to Mamie Trout in the corner. To Baldwin. Right back to Roberts. 3 seconds to Trout. Corner three. Short. Hupfer tips it up and misses it. Arabians trail 35-26. In a tight one in the second round, semifinal round, that is, of the sectional. We're going to take a quick break, but don't you guys go anywhere. Fourth quarter up next on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back to Lady Arabian basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School. Fourth quarter opening up as we come back to the semifinal round of the girls basketball sectional tournament against the Pendleton Heights Arabians and the New Pal Dragons. For the Arabians, trailing New Pal as we enter the fourth, 35-26. The Arabians in that first half, or that really first three quarters, struggling with shooting as well as turning the ball over, so they're hoping for a fourth quarter rally. Casey Warfel gets it out the free throw line, takes a jumper, misses. Hupfer tries the rebound. It'll go out of bounds. Last touch by New Pal. Arabians will get another shot at it here. Mamie Trout inbounding beneath the basket.
And I feel like that shot there by Warfel was a little bit rushed. I think they could have let a play develop there.
Bree Perry take the three right off of the inbound, misses, but Ada Hupfer is right there to crash the board and get it home for the putback basket. Hupfer's up to 4. Arabians cut down the lead to 8 points. New Pal the other way with it. Miller at the logo. Shoots away. Casey Warfel caught her off guard. Warfel on the fast break. Finishes with the right hand. Back-to-back baskets for the Arabians. And just like that, we got a 5-point game.
Yeah, and this is the turning point the Arabians need right now. Good defense and even better offense.
Allie Blum with a 3 in transition. Nothing but net. Blum with another triple. She's up to 20.
And I said good defense and even better offense, but right there, just a defensive breakdown, leaving a wide open shooter in Blum.
Trout at the point, to the corner. Baldwin with it down low to Ada Hupfer. Hupfer can't find it. Tipping around the rebound, and it's pulled away by Kylie Burnick. On the other end, a blocking foul. Casey Warfel called with it. It'll be her fourth or third?
Fourth.
Fourth foul for Casey Warfel. So she's now just one foul from fouling out in the semifinal round. She's got to be careful at this point. So 38-30, New Pal leading with 6 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. New Pal will inbound here. That foul was on the floor. Kylie Burnick will inbound far sideline.
Yeah, and if you're Casey Warfel, you keep your aggression up, but not too aggressive to the point where you get your 5th foul, because you're the leading scorer and the team needs you on the floor.
Moore to Miller, right back to Moore. New Pal swinging it around the perimeter, taking their time. Moore, bounce pass, and a timeout. New Pal is going to want to talk it over. It's a 30-second. 38-30, New Pal leading with 6 minutes and 27 seconds to play in the fourth. We'll take a quick break with them. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This present
Wounded Warrior Project has been with me every step of my journey.
They've helped me realize it's possible to rise to the top again.
It's possible to get the help I need for me and my family.
It's possible to hang push-ups again.
To feel understood.
To begin healing both inside and out.
To feel like myself again.
And now I know anything is possible.
WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court at Pendleton Heights High School. 38-30 our score. New Pal leading over Pendleton Heights in the semifinal round of sectionals this evening. New Pal with ball as we come back from the New Pal timeout. Moore with it in the corner. Now to the elbow, a foul against Hupfer here. Try to get it into Kylie Burnick in the elbow, and Ada Hupfer kind of rushed in, tried to get a tip on it, but fouled in the process. So that'll be her third. So Arabians, Casey Warfel with 4, Ada Hupfer with 3. They both got to be careful.
Yeah, especially Warfel there playing with 4.
Blum, cross-court pass to Moore. Top of the key. Moving it around. Right back to Sevier. Miller driving. Outside to Blum. New Pal just moving it around here, taking their time. Miller over to Blum. There's no shot clock, of course, in high school, so they can take all the time they need in a travel. Blum lost her footing, slipped on the floor, and travels the call. So an 8-point lead for New Pal. Pendleton Heights will get the ball right back, and the bad thing is New Pal wasted, I think, over a minute on that possession alone, and the Lady Dragons, you know, if they can waste the clock, they will. They're not going to push anything up by 8.
No, and I wouldn't either if I was New Pal. You're up by 8 and can possibly knock off Pendleton Heights in the second round of sectional.
Warfel. Aubrey Warfel to Casey Warfel. She misses the 3, but the Arabians recover after the rebounds tipped around a little bit. Aubrey Warfel's fouled. This is Kendra Moore going to get called with it. This is Kendra Moore's third of the night and the first for the New Pal Dragons. 38-30. Casey Warfel gets it off the inbound, spinning, shooting, and draining it. Casey Warfel going to the hoop.
Yeah, she's trying to turn up offensively, already at 20 points so far this evening.
It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be the last touch by New Pal here, and Ada Huffer's got to come out of the game.
Official timeout.
38-32. New Pal leading with 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Arabians will get it back after the New Pal turnover, trailing by 6. Aubrey Werfel inbounds to Skylar Baldwin. Baldwin will cross half court for the Arabians. Baldwin with it at the logo. Over to Casey Warfel near wing. Driving, hop step, lost her footing, and a foul. New Pal fans want to travel, but a lot of contact there, so the foul's the call, and Casey Warfel won't go to the line. This is on the floor, and that's Kendra Moore's fourth and the second for the Dragons. Kayla Morrison inbounding, baseline, looking, lobs it up high to Baldwin, inbound successfully. Right back to Morrison down low, now to the corner, Mamie Trout with the open 3. Too strong this time. Rebounded by Allie Blum on the perimeter. Blum going coast to coast, misses the layup. Rebounded Aubrey Warfel. Warfel. The other end, Trout, far corner, lost her footing, and a foul here. No. Not sure what happened here. We got a timeout for New Pal. No, timeout for Pendleton Heights, excuse me. So a timeout, I think, before the foul. 38-32, New Pal leading with 4:36 left to play in the fourth. We'll take a quick break with them. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEN.
This presentation of the Arabian Sports Network is underwritten by and more. Information about regenerative health and wellness is available at 317.
91.7 WEEM delivers the best variety of songs, news, and is student run. We produce imaging pieces, live broadcasts, content, podcasts, and more. Our students work hard every day to improve our station. You can support our station by following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to also tune into the radio, 91.7 WEEN, on air, online, and on demand.
We got a blocking foul here for New Pal on the Casey Warfel drive. This one will go against Kylie Burnick. And this is team foul number 3, and once again they're going to call this on the floor. Burnick.
They're calling a shooting foul on that
Shooting
one.
foul, excuse me, yeah. So Burnick, this is that's Burnick's second, and yeah, they're going to change this to a shooting foul. So Casey Warfel will go to the line for 2 shots. Warfel's first is up and no good. Smacks off the left rim and falls out. Ada Huffer coming out quickly for the Arabians. Aubrey Warfel checking in, giving the Arabians a bit more speed, as I'm sure they might go back to that full court press. We'll see.
Yeah, and I think that might be what Rogers is planning to do.
Warfel's second free throw is good. Goes 1 for 2, and sure enough, the full court press is right back for the Arabians. New Pal shakes it easily, though. Miller Gets across half court. She backs it out, though. Wants to get something set up. Blum at the logo. Driving. Now to the corner. Eubanks. Back outside. Blum. Cross-court pass. Over to Moore. Moore stripped away. That's Eubanks with Miller, who lost it. A fight for it on the floor. Picked up by Blum. She needs to get the pass, and timeout. Timeout for New Pal. 38-33. Pendleton Heights trailing New Pal with 4:02 left to play in the fourth. We'll stay right here, though. So at this point, Pendleton Heights, never mind. We're going to take 10 seconds for station identification on 91.7 WEEM.
Broadcasting from the WEEM studios, underwritten by Community Hospital Anderson, this is the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM Pendleton.
So coming in here, following the New Pal timeout, Arabians trailing New Pal 38-33 with 4:02 left to play in the fourth. Now, the Arabians have been really struggling on offense so far tonight. They've been struggling getting it down low to Ada Hupfer, and the times they've got it down low to Ada Hupfer, she's been struggling to knock home the baskets, and on top of that, Arabians have struggled to knock home three-pointers. In fact, this might be one of the worst three-point shooting nights we've seen out of the Arabians, so they're going to have to do pretty much a total 180 on the offensive end if they want to make a 5-point comeback in these last 4 minutes here and advance to the sectional championship.
Well, and here with your full court press, you can't let them get past half court. And I know that's, the most generic thing you can say with the full court press. But in this scenario, you really, 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 really can't. This is probably one of the quicker teams that Pendleton Heights will face. And I think, they've been struggling defensively with them here tonight.
New Pal inbounding now. Gets it into Miller. Miller in the backcourt. Up, tipped, stolen away by Aubrey Warfel. Warfel with the reverse layup. She's off the mark. Rebounded New Pal. And a foul. Skylar Baldwin fouls off of the rebound. So New Pal will get it back. Inbounding baseline. It was a nice steal by Aubrey Warfel. She couldn't convert. Baldwin, who tried to get in the board. Well, I guess the board was pulled in by New Pal, and then Baldwin tried to steal, and then that's when the foul came. That's the third on Skylar Baldwin, but it's stripped away. Fight for it on the floor. A lot of players wrapped up in that in a jump. This will go to New Pal. So New Pal will get the ball off of the jump. Blum inbounding far sideline.
Rogers trying to save Hupfer for when they need her offensively.
Miller crosses half court for New Pal. Looking. Cross-court pass over to Blum. Blum fouled. Fouled by Michaela Morrison there. Try to reach in and poke it out. So that'll be team foul number 4 for the Arabians. They're just now 1 away from putting New Pal in the bonus, and with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play, that's something you got to avoid at all costs. New Pal inbounds. Miller has it stripped. Casey Warfel with the steal. Converts easily with the layup on the other end. Now just a 3-point game. New Pal inbounds. Nearly has it stolen away. They recover. Moore just inside the perimeter in the corner. Over to Blum, and Blum is going to get fouled. Now, I think that ball was about to go out of bounds, and it might have knocked off of the ref. It was tough to see because it was on this side of the court. I'm not sure if I saw it correctly, but anyways, a foul came, and that's team foul number 5 for the Arabians. So that'll send, this is Blum to the line?
It is Blum.
Yeah. So Allie Blum going to the line to shoot 2 shots, and that was personal foul number 3 for Mamie Trout.
And Blum, she missed it, but she's not one that you want to send to the line. 71% free throw shooter. Best free throw shooter on the team for New Palestine.
Hupfer coming back in for the Arabians now. Pendleton Heights fans getting loud. Allie Blum, ears up, and is unfazed. Sinks the second. She's 1 for 2 New Pal back up to a 4-point lead. 3 minutes to play in the fourth. Baldwin at the logo. Over to Aubrey Warfel. Aubrey to the corner. Mamie Trout with a wide open three. In and out. Can't fall. Rebounded. Kylie Burnick and the Dragons.
Yeah, and those three-pointers are there. They just don't fall.
Mamie Trout reached a bit of frustration after the miss. And, of course, New Pal in the bonus, so that'll send him straight to the line. This is Vivian Miller going to the free throw line now. She's shooting 66% from the charity stripe on the season. And as I mentioned in our pregame show, Vivian Miller was the one who controlled the game the first time these two teams played in the regular season. She had 25 points while shooting 56% from the free throw or from the field in the first matchup against Pendleton Heights. And she makes them both. Miller 2 for 2. Back up to a 6-point game now. Casey Warfel wasting no time, going coast to coast, and finds it on the floater. And what's this? A whistle. A timeout. A timeout here for Pendleton Heights. That's their last timeout. New Pal has one timeout remaining. Pendleton Heights has none. Scoreboard reads 41-37. New Pal leading over the Pendleton Heights Arabians with 2:42 left to play in the fourth. So at this point, Michael, Arabians, you know, it's definitely in reach, right? It's a 4-point game. They've been getting some shots to fall, but what do you think Coach Rogers is drawing up there in that huddle? Try to rally here in these last 3 minutes.
Well, he's definitely telling his girls, do not foul. You put them in the double bonus, so you really can't foul. But one thing I want to mention, Olivia Jones has not played since the first half, has not gotten any action here in the second half. So that's a kind of a key component of why maybe Pendleton Heights is struggling offensively and possibly defensively. So really for Pendleton Heights, I think you got to use your speed and everything to get the job done.
Police officer coming out here. What's this? I saw the ref pointing to someone in the stands on our break, and police officer came over. And maybe he was just talking with the PA guy. I don't know exactly. Because the PA guy turned around and started laughing, so maybe. I don't know exactly what happened there, but. No one thrown out, at least. Well, not after the first one.
Well, it looks like, maybe he was talking about the fans or something. I don't know, but he was pointing in this direction.
Blum crosses half court, gets it up to Moore. Moore nearly out of bounds, saved by Berniak, and it's stolen away. Arabians come away with it. Casey Warfel the other way, and it's a charge. That is huge for the Arabians. That is foul number 5 for Casey Warfel, and she can do nothing but smile and laugh.
But that's an offensive that Blum does not get to go shoot 2 free throws. They thought they were getting 2 free throws. She does not get to shoot 2 free throws.
No, it'll be an inbound here. New Pal got to go the length of the floor. So again, Casey Warfel fouling out. It's Emma Roberts who comes in for her.
Roberts, you lose 25 points. Roberts 0 points, 0 for 6 from behind the arc. Has struggled shooting here tonight.
Miller up to Bernick. Bernick back outside to Blum. They're going to restart here. Now, of course, if they can, New Pal is just going to waste out this clock. Arabians, of course, will do everything to avoid that. Bernick nearly has a strip that'll go out of bounds. And no, foul, no. So just out of bounds, I think. Yeah, just out of bounds, last touch, Pendleton Heights. So this will stay down here with the Dragons. Miller gets it. Crosses half court. Behind the back, Miller to Moore. Out of the corner. Eubanks, guarded by Trout. Drives baseline, back outside now. Miller wants to reset with it at the logo. Miller spins around, lobs it up high, gets it to Allie Blum. Blum hits the hardwood. It'll go out of bounds, and last touch by the Dragons. Pendleton Heights getting it back. Trailing by 4 with 1:40 to play in the fourth, and Ada Hupfer will come back in for the Arabians. Hupfer taking out Emma Roberts. Now the clock didn't start there.
So they run, how much time are they going to run off? 5 seconds.
So the ball was inbounded, the clock wasn't running, and the refs are going to say it was 5 seconds. So they took off 5 seconds.
No, I think they should add it back. They can't just run off 5 seconds like that. I mean, like, come on now. In a game like this, you can't just do that.
Yeah, I mean,
but they're not going to put it back. They're not going to put it back up.
I don't think so. I think it's.
They're just going to advance the ball. Yeah. Oh, they ran off 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Yeah, so they'll put it back up to 137. So 41-37, New Pal leading over Pendleton Heights with 1 minute and 37 seconds to play in the fourth. Baldwin up to Warfel, left backcourt. Baldwin takes the jumper from the elbow, misses. Rebounded Miller, fight for it on the floor. Hupfer, Baldwin, several white and red jerseys in on it, and a jump ball will be the call, and this should go to the Arabians. So Pendleton Heights inbounding, baseline. Emma Roberts will come back in for Skylar Baldwin.
I don't.
5 on the floor right now.
Morrison. She's subbed in for Morrison.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. For Morrison.
It looked like Baldwin there for a second.
Aubrey Warfel gets it in the corner. 3, misses. Baldwin tried to get out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. So it'll stay down here with the Arabians.
Baldwin somehow tipped that off of Moore's foot.
41-37. Arabians trailing by 4 with 1 minute 20 to play. They have it on offense. Trout down low to Hupfer. Hupfer, no good. In and out. Rebounded New Pal and a foul. To follow suit, Aubrey Warfel is going to get whistled there. Of course, New Pal in the bonus will go all the way up the floor to take 2 free throws here. Again, as I mentioned earlier, the winner will go on to play Mount Vernon in the sectional championship tomorrow evening at 7:30. And this game's still very much a ball game. It's a 4-point game, 1 minute 13 to play in the fourth. Burnick at the line for 2 shots. 59% free throw shooter, misses the first 2 strong. Smacks off the back iron. Michaela Morrison coming back in for Emma Roberts.
And this is a very crucial free throw here from Burnick. I mean, 1 rebounder for New Palestine against 4 for the rebounds. Technically 2 if you count the shooter. But if they want to keep this lead, she's got to make it.
Second one, also no good. Burnick goes 0 for 2 on the trip, and we remain a 4-point ball game. Baldwin, bounce pass to Trout in the corner. Trout sinks the triple. Trout, bullseye from downtown, now a 1-point game. A huge triple from Trout. Advancing the floor. Blum got the foul call. Baldwin was the one who came in to pick up the foul. So Trout only had 2 points up to that point, sinks the massive triple to bring it to a 1-point game. But on the other end, Allie Blum will go to the line for 2 shots for the New Pal Dragons. Blum, a 71% free throw shooter.
She's missed some crucial free throws here down the stretch. Oh my God, she missed that one. She missed that
first. Blum, this is a huge one.
And this is only a 1-point lead for New Pal. They've led this entire half.
Second up, good. Blum converts on the second, goes 1 for 2 on that trip. We got a 2-point ball game, 48 seconds to play. Warfel driving, right side, getting up a shot, finishing at the rim. Aubrey Warfel, the freshman, getting it done in the clutch. Tied up 42-42. New Pal wasting no time on the other end. We got a timeout. New Pal wants to talk it over. We're all tied up, 42 apiece. Arabians rallying back. So New Pal will take their last time out, and my guess is they're going to want a last-second shot. I mean, there's 35.2 seconds to play, but I think it would be smart to just pass it around a little bit and try to get the game winner. We'll see what Coach Craig Moore and the Dragons are drawing up.
Well, this is playoff basketball in the great state of Indiana. You have it everywhere right now, especially with the girls. Not only that, but the boys' season is still going on. They're still having great games going into their sectionals. So this is what we want to see out of the great state of Indiana when it comes to basketball. Clutch moments coming out of clutch players.
Yeah, and that was Aubrey Warfel again, the freshman. Aubrey Warfel has kind of worked up into a starter role in the recent games, and that was her first basket of the game. But hey, if you're going to have a first basket, that's when it's going to come, and that's when it's going to be the best, I guess you could say. But these two teams have met up in the tournament or in the postseason several times. Pendleton Heights leads the all-time tournament series 5-4. New Pal looking to tie it up this evening and bring it up to 5-5. Arabians, of course, looking to bring up the series to 6-4.
Yeah, and this is probably the most crucial possession by either team. It's tied up. You have to score if you're on New Pal, and then defensively not allow a shot. If you're Pendleton Heights, don't allow a shot.
More inbounds to Blum, and a foul on the floor.
That's Baldwin's
Skylar
fifth.
Baldwin tried to run through the screen of Sadie Hubanks and knocked her to the floor. That's foul number 5 for Skylar Baldwin. She'll be forced to come out. Ada Hupfer coming in for the Arabians, and on top of that, now going to the line for 2 shots is Sadie Hubanks, the sophomore. Hubanks, 67% entering tonight's game, so not ideal, but at the same time, not the worst case scenario when it comes to picking the right free throw shooter for New Pal. First one for Hubanks. Up and no good.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Misses
Oh my
on the
God.
back
Oh my God.
iron.
Oh my God. And look at Mr. Jones. He's standing there right in front of the student section, because if we win this game, they've said it multiple times at close games like this, you're not storming the court.
Hubanks misses them both. A fight for the board is tipped inbounds. New Pal recovers. On the other end, Miller misses the shot. 27 seconds to play. Back out to Blum. They can take it slow here. They don't need a rush. Driving, Miller, jumper from the baseline, sinks it. 20 seconds to play. New Pal takes the lead. They got no timeouts. They got to hurry. 15 seconds, 14. Up to Trout in the corner. Driving, getting up a shot, a foul. Count the basket and the foul. Trout. How about that? Tied up, 42s. We're all tied up at 42, and Trout will go 44, 44-44. Trout will go to the line for the free throw to potentially take the lead. 10.9 seconds to play in the fourth.
Mamie Trout, I said it earlier, a key rotational piece for this team, coming in clutch with the layup and one.
Trout misses it. Board comes away, Blum, and a foul. A foul against the Arabians. 8.7 seconds to play. New Pal will take 2 foul shots here. This will be Aubrey Warfel's third, and New Pal heading the other way for 2 shots. This is Allie Blum at the line, a 71% free throw shooter. And the first one for Blum. Up and good. Now, something to mention here, Allie Blum, a senior. She's been in these spots before. Has played, I think, 2 years now of varsity ball, and if you're going to have a player on the free throw line for New Pal, this is the girl. So 45-44, New Pal leading by 1, 8.7 seconds to play. The second free throw for Blum is up and good as well. No timeouts for the Arabians. They got to hurry. Aubrey Warfel, 6 seconds to play. Spins, drives, trips, lost it. Mamie Trout gets it up, misses, a second left, and that should do it. Arabian, wait, whistles. Hold on here, whistles. Not quite over.
Are they saying there might be a foul on the shot?
I think they might say
that's what they're discussing.
Scoreboard reads 46.
0.9. They're saying
44. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think
seconds, yeah.
that was Michaela Morrison who stepped on the baseline there. So they got 0.9 on the clock.
I mean, and that's not even enough time to get up a shot.
That is.
I mean, well,
0.9.
you have to like.
Oh, well, New Pal has the ball first up.
Yeah, New Pal has the ball.
Lofts it up high. Arabians recover. Last second shot. Short. That will do it. Final score, 46-44. New Pal beating the Pendleton Heights Arabians in the semifinal round of the sectionals, and a heartbreaking end of the season for the Arabians, but a great game, a very physical game this evening against these two teams. New Pal will go on to play Mount Vernon tomorrow night, but we're going to take a quick break. Michael and I will get a chance to catch our breaths. And when we come back, Michael and I will break down the final stats for this evening's matchup on the Arabian Sports Network postgame show, 91.7 WEEM.
This present